am so excited to show you how to make these scrappy butterfly shoe clip charm things. So fun to make, they're quite easy to make, and you get to use your scraps, so it's a win-win in my opinion. If you are new around here, my name is Scarlett and I run a small business called AFRAYED Upcycling. I do made to order tea towel garments, I do tutorials, kits, patterns, workshops, a bit of everything, but my main focus is upcycling and encouraging people to upcycle. And this project is so fabulous for that brief. These aren't my best looking trainers, I've had them for a couple of years and I did try and clean them and this is how they've turned out. And I didn't want to have to buy new trainers for an upcoming holiday, so I thought of different ways of incorporating different colours, and I thought about doing something that I love doing, which is making bugs and insects. And today I've gone for butterflies. So on top of my yellow trainers, I now can start incorporating bits of green, blue, red into my outfits because it's on my shoe, if that makes any sense. Yes, these are very bold and very in your face. However, I have a free template for this butterfly and you can actually print it smaller to make little small versions of them. And if you don't want to put them on your shoes, they act as hair clips. I mean, come on. Let's crack on. I really hope you enjoy the tutorial. Here's everything you need to make these cute butterfly shoe charms. First, you're going to need a template. I actually have a free download on my website, so head to afrayedupcycling.co.uk and you can find that there. Make sure you print it to fit page rather than to scale, because if you do it to scale, you might find that it might cut off little bits of the wings. However, if you think this is too big for your trainer, then you can actually print it at maybe 60%, which is what this one is. And you're going to need fabric scraps. Ideally you need 6 different colours or patterns in order to get this nice sort of variety of colours here. Then you'll need some of these alligator clips. This is all I had, which I think is about 4.5 centimetres, probably a bit too long. So I will probably use my wire cutters to trim that, because if I put that in here like this, you can see it poking out there. So I'm actually going to trim this now. So something like that. Next, you're going to need some felt or some non-fraying fabric to go at the back. Then it's optional to get some wire. That is for the antennas. Of course, if you don't have that, you can use some ribbon or some cord. But I do like the fact that this stands up, and also this is hair wire, so it's covered in this nice soft woven thread. So if I want to, I can like colour it in. Obviously, you're going to need things like scissors, a sewing needle and thread, and this is a tutorial on how to do this on a sewing machine. However, you can actually do this by hand as well. I do recommend that you get a full bobbin of thread because we're going to do a fair amount of sewing in this tutorial. Ideally, an iron is recommended, and also, if you can, grab yourself some of this hem webbing. It's got glue on both sides and it's used to keep hems up. However, it's actually a fantastic way and a very cheap way of trying to keep fabrics on top of each other, and I'll show you how to do that a bit later. Okay, so cracking on. So first decide what you want your main fabric here to be. So I'm going to make exactly the same. So I'm going to choose red, and you want it to be able to cover the entire template. So the wrong side is facing you. Place the template on top, and then we are going to sew around this template. I've got black thread for my top thread and my bobbin. I've set my stitch to just, what, 2 point, whatever that line is, just before 3. For tight curves, I usually hand crank around them. I put the needle down, move it, then down, move it. It looks a bit messy, but that's fine as long as you have these lines here and these lines here, because that's what we're going to work on next. So choose 2 different coloured fabrics, one for this little light blue bit here and this darker blue here. And it's up to you. You can either cut around the other templates and then attach and sew directly on. However, what I like to do, cut some little scrap and then you cover where you've done your sewing, so that as long as that whole piece is covered with the blue, that's perfect. And then this is where the hem web comes into play, because we're going to stick that down. So we're going to trim a tiny little bit. Make sure it doesn't go over this line here. And then we're going to place the scrap, making sure it covers that whole section, and then give it a good press. And you want to do it for this side and these two bits here. Again, I want the fabric to go over that line like that. Okay, then when we go to sew, all I want you to do is sew around this line here, this line here, and then just this line here. There you go. It looks a bit crazy. I should have noted that this fabric should not cover any of the fabric on this part, because I actually had it slightly longer, and when I went to do this line I'd actually caught this fabric. So just to note, when you do that step, make sure that the fabric doesn't cross this line, this fabric doesn't cross that line. You can sort of bend the fabric to help. And make sure you are cutting just this top fabric and not the underneath fabric. That whole process, we're going to do exactly the same for this part and this part, starting with this outer wing first. Make sure, if you are going to be adding some of this hemming webbing, make sure it doesn't go anywhere on the blue, so just put it sort of right next to it if you want to help keep it in place. You could even put a little bit here as well if you want. For this, we are only going to sew around this outer line here, stopping here, and then doing this inner line here. We do that for both sides. Like what you did before, cut around. Probably don't even need to cut around this outer bit, just this inner bit. Just make sure you're really careful not to catch that light blue material, especially if you've got very sharp scissors like this. So as you can guess, we're going to do the same thing for the middle body, and then for the little circles, I'm not going to use the template. I'm just going to cut two lovely little circles out of this and then just stitch that directly on. So the last thing we need to do is attach these little circles, and we're going to sew from the right side of the fabric, and then I'm going to do another line of stitching around each of these lines just to make it stand out like this one. Go! Now we're going to add the felt backing, so turn it to the wrong side, place your felt on top, flip it back, and then all you want to do is sew around the entire outline. You don't have to do any of these inner bits, just the outline. Okay, time to trim. Whatever scraps you have, including the paper, can make a scrappy bug. Okay, so first I'm going to cut my wire. Obviously if you don't have wire you can use cord or ribbon. So I'm just going to get a very rough measurement. And then I'm just going to twist these little ends. It's like the coil. And then I'm going to flip this around and cut a very small rectangular piece. And I've got my needle and thread, and I'm just going to sew along this line and this line using something called a whip stitch. So I'm going to secure that stitch by doing it again. And then I'm trying to only catch the felt backing, not coming through here like that. So I'm going to go as close as I can to that edge, again sort of only feeling around for the felt, and then I come up diagonally. I'm just going to place the antenna in and then just sort of stitch these down a little bit. It's not super neat, but it's okay because it's going to be at the back. I'm finishing off with a couple more stitches to really secure that thread. Okay, I've trimmed down one of the little alligator clips, so we're just going to put the flat bit in that little pouch. Give everything a good little squeeze and a push so you can get the desired shape. I mean, come on. If you want to get rid of this part, I've literally just had an idea. If you take the clip out and cut sort of further in, let's say about here, I've got my little scissors and I'm just cutting. I want to cut this rectangle, not through obviously the whole butterfly, and then insert the clip through that hole instead. There you go. Invisible. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you do make any scrappy butterfly charms, then please, 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 please do like tag me, DM me, email me. I don't care, I just want to see what you make. If you can, please like, comment and subscribe. It really does help and it means I can keep making these kind of videos. Anyway, I will see you next time. Bye.